shimmering white in the moonlight. And that stag looked at Thomas right in the eyes. And it spoke. Thomas, if you kill me here tonight, you will die within 24 hours. And if you let me live, I will grant you one wish. Thomas thought, I must be hallucinating from the hunger. I do believe the stag just spoke to me, and I know that stags do not speak. And he began again to pull back the arrow that he had in his bow. And the stag looked at him and said, Thomas, you're not hallucinating. You have a wish, lad. You can ask me for anything, and I will give you 24 hours to be thinking of what it is you would like. And I'll be here for you tonight, tomorrow night, right here in this same place. Or you could go ahead and shoot me, lad, and you'll be dead yourself in 24 hours. So Thomas knew he wasn't hallucinating because the stag had told him he wasn't, and he thought about it. And very quietly he put the arrow back down in the sack on his shoulders, and he turned and he went back through the forest, and he came back to the stone wall, and he climbed back up over the wall and went back across the moors and down the wee lane in his village back to his house, and got back into bed with Margaret. She never knew he had been gone, and poor Thomas, he couldn't sleep. He tossed and he turned and he turned and he tossed, and he thought, what would I wish for? What should I wish for? I get a wish. I don't know what to ask. So in the morning he went to his papa and he said, Papa, I got to ask you a question. And he told his father the story of the stag in the woods and the wish that he'd been granted. And he said, Papa, I don't know what to ask for. And the old man looked at his son and he said, well, Thomas, it's obvious what you should ask for, son. We are starving here. You go back to that stag and you ask for gold. No, that's a good wish, you know. And Thomas listened to his father talk about gold and how important it would be, and it could save the family. Well, maybe it could save the village too. It was a very good thing to ask for, and they were desperate. And Thomas thought, yeah, that's a good wish, you know. And he thought about it through the morning, and then, well, he just wasn't so sure. And so he went to his mother, his poor blind mother, and he told her everything. And he said, what do you think I should ask for? Oh, Thomas, she says, that's an easy question, you know. You should ask the stag to give your mother back her sight. I'm blind, Thomas, and you know, if I get my sight back, there's so many things I can do for the family. I can help in so many ways. This famine will pass, all our problems will pass, but you know, if I have my eyes back, I can see. That's the way to use the wish. Thomas thought about it. He said, well, you know, that's a good wish. He could see his mother was right. You know, she should be able to see again and help them. But then he went to his wife, Margaret, and he told her about the stag and the wish. And he said, what do you think I should ask for? Oh, Thomas, she said. Oh, Thomas, you know what you should ask for. You should ask for a child. We want a child. I want to be pregnant, Thomas. You go and you ask for a baby. It's obvious. That's a simple question. Ah, Thomas, that's a good answer too, you know. Well, the day passed, and it got dark, and the family went to bed. Thomas waited until it was time to meet the stag, and he went back down the lane and across the moor and over the stone fence. He didn't make a sound. Now, you know, he hadn't slept 24 hours. He hadn't stopped thinking about what he would say to the stag, you know. He came into the clearing and the stag was there. The stag looked at Thomas. Thomas, what would you like to wish for, lad? You know you've got one wish. Only one. What you gonna ask me for? Well, said Thomas, indeed I have one wish. I would like for my mother to be able to see me and my wife rocking a beautiful baby in a golden crib. That's the end of the story. Thank you all for listening.